Today we're going to talk about why are my glutes not growing? So there could be several reasons why your glutes are feeling like they're not growing, you feel like there's no progression, and let's get straight to the point. So the first one is workout variety. Second is progressive overload. Third is form and technique. Fourth is frequency. Fifth is nutrition. Sixth is recovery. Seventh is mind-muscle connection. And eighth is genetics. You got to ask yourself several questions while you're working out, and here are some of the questions you should ask with each one of these. So with workout variety, are you mixing different kind of workouts? Are you focusing on compound movements such as squats and deadlifts, as well as isolation exercises such as hip thrusts and glute bridges? As you know, and you've probably researched all over YouTube, the glutes are consistent of several muscles. You got the gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus. You can actually focus on each one of these muscles with different types of exercises, aka different exercises target each one individually in certain different ways. Incorporating compound movements such as squats, so this can be back squats, front squats, or sumos, and deadlifts, which could be conventional deadlifts or Romanians, to engage in multiple muscle groups. With isolation exercises though, these include hip thrusts, glute bridges, and cable kickbacks to directly target these glutes. There are also different angles you could do. You can try varying your stance and foot placement to hit the muscles from different angles. Second is progressive overload. Are you gradually increasing the weight or resistance you use? Your muscles need to be challenged to grow. Muscles grow in response to increased stress. If you're lifting the same weight for too long, your muscles won't be challenged enough to grow. So here are some suggestions. Increasing the weight. Gradually increase weight to your exercises. Aim for small increases. So sometimes I do 2.5 or even 5 pounds on top of whatever I was doing. It seems like it's not a lot of weight, but you don't want to rush the process. For example, today I put 10 pounds on top of 45 and 25 pounds for hip thrusts, and I decided, you know what, I'm not even going to try for it. I'm going to take that off, put a 2.5 on, and it was still hard. Take your time, eventually start increasing the weight. You want to mind your posture and engage your core during lifts to avoid compensation to other muscle groups. For example, when I'm doing a glute bridge exercise or a hip thrust exercise, sometimes instead of focusing on the glute, you are now feeling like your quads are giving out before your glutes give out, which basically means you're working your quads, and you want to make sure your glutes give out. You feel that pressure within your glutes before you feel your quads or your hamstrings. So this also connects with muscle-mind connection, but instead of progressively overloading and feeling it in your quads, decrease the weight. Try again and feel it within your glutes, and then decide to progressively overload and keep that muscle-mind connection going, which we'll get into. So other than increasing the weight, you want to think about reps and sets. You can also increase reps or sets over time instead of increasing the weight. Thirdly, you want to think of time under tension. What this means is slowing down your movements to increase the time of your muscles under tension. This can also stimulate growth. As you're flexing up, squeeze your glutes. When you come down, try to go as slow as possible. And then you can thrust faster up into the bridge and again slowly down. Third is form and technique. Proper form, as you know, ensures that you're properly and effectively targeting the muscle group that you want, and also reduces the risk of injury. So first, you want to educate yourself. Consider watching instructional videos or working out with a trainer to refine your techniques. I am always constantly looking up videos, especially today. I decided to do a different variation of a lunge, and as you can see, it was my first time trying. I almost fell a couple times. I kept the weight somewhat difficult because at 20 pounds, I didn't really have the balance, but I watched a video. I made sure to follow along. I tried to keep the weight challenging, but not too challenging where I fall over or hurt myself. So fourth is frequency. How often are you training your glutes? Because before I got into bodybuilding and really trying to place where I felt extremely proud of my body, I was not really training glutes. I was doing squats and there was no glute bridges, there was no kickbacks, there was no focus on the glutes really. And that's when I decided to incorporate hip thrusts, glute bridges, kickbacks, etc. into my routine, actually every other day now. So consistency is key. You don't have to do it every other day, but at least 2 to 3 times a week would be beneficial. Muscles need regular stimulation to grow. They also require recovery time. So it all depends on if you're feeling sore. If I was feeling sore, I would not be training glutes. So training frequency. As we said, aim to work out at least 2 to 3 times a week. This can mean having dedicated glute days or including glute exercises within your leg workouts, which is what I do. Next is nutrition. Are you consuming enough proteins and calories? Your body needs the right nutrients to repair and grow muscles. Without the right nutrition, your body won't have the building blocks it needs to repair and grow muscle. Protein intake. Aim for about 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight you are aiming for. Good sources of protein that you should aim for that are lean are yogurt, legumes, and certain types of fish. If you're in a bulking phase where you are trying to grow your glutes, you want to go for a calorie surplus, which I'm doing currently. Ensure you are consuming more calories than you are burning. You want to focus on healthy, nutritious, whole foods. You don't want to overly intake protein, such as protein shake, protein bars, protein cookies. You want to get whole foods such as chicken, fish, and yogurt, like I said. Next is recovery. Are you allowing adequate recovery time? Muscles need time to repair and grow. Not a lot of people think about this, but muscles grow during recovery, not during a workout. So overtraining can hinder this process. So you want to incorporate rest days into your routine. And if you're feeling extra sore, you probably want to take a rest day. Well, me and Greg have a hard time resting, and we like doing activities a lot. We especially like going for walks, going for runs, doing something active. So it's hard for us to rest, and therefore we try to incorporate light activity, such as a walk that doesn't pertain to having our heart rate above 125. Sleep. As you all know, sleep is extremely important. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night to allow your body to recover properly. Muscle-mind connection. Are you focusing on your glutes when you're working out, or are you thinking about what you're going to eat next? Engaging in the right muscles can help you grow. Being mentally engaged can actively grow your muscles. So you want to focus on contraction. During the exercise, you want to focus on contracting your glutes throughout the workout. Visualize your glutes working during each rep to reinforce the connection. I especially think about my breathing also while I'm working out, because while I'm doing a hip thrust, for example, when I go down slowly, take a deep breath in, hold it, and focus on my glutes while I thrust my hips up. And I really squeeze and contract my glutes. Last but not least is genetics. Everybody's body responds differently to training, and genetics can honestly play a huge role into growing muscle. Why does this matter though? Genetics can influence muscle fiber distribution, body shape, and how easily you gain muscle. It doesn't mean that you can't grow your glutes if, let's say, your grandmother has a pancake butt. It just means you have to have realistic expectations, understand your genetic potential, and set realistic goals. Everybody's body responds differently. It may just take you a little longer than usual to grow your glutes. For example, I actually thought, and a lot of people in my life thought, I had a huge butt. And once I lost all the fat around my butt, I didn't really have a butt anymore. There was no muscle under the fat. As you saw in the picture in the thumbnail, my butt was a pancake butt. And now that I've started including workouts that engage my glutes, I've seen a huge difference. And anyone can grow their butt. So don't worry about genetics. Focus on yourself and try your hardest to get to where your potential can be. By addressing these 8 factors, you'll create a more effective plan for your glute growth. Tailor your approach, be patient, and stay consistent for the best results. I hope this video helped in understanding what to focus on when you're working out on your workout days. Do not be afraid to test the waters when you're going through each exercise. Focus, take your time, and do not worry about others around you, and do not compare yourself to others, especially on this journey. Watch in a year how much your growth has occurred, and don't forget to take pictures. Take a picture today, and in a year, take another picture and see how much there has been an increase in your glute growth. Don't forget to like this video if you resonated, and also don't forget to subscribe for more content on glute growth, exercises, and lifestyle. Thanks for watching.